Joe. Good morning. How we doing, guys? Oh, Joe, I missed my intro video, man. He used to hype me up. I'm working on edits. I gotta make some edits. Got a handful of things I'm working on at the moment, to say the least. So it's on the list. Speaking of projects, the journal is due for a nice update. If you just refresh your journal, you'll get your update. Just refresh the browser if you're using the Victory Journal. All kinds of good stuff on the update. Uh, really proud of it. Really proud of it. So we're gonna keep developing that. It's gonna turn into a whole trading desk for you. But anyway, guys, price is kind of hanging out. We ranged overnight, then started to push up. So we had this range, push up, hit a key area, midnight below us, previous day high above us. Yeah, it needs to be Trade performance or Ninja performance. As of right now. What's up, Johnny boy? Nah, no alpha code. I mean, we have a link. I mean, I can give you guys a link. For some reason, when people were clicking the link and purchasing, we weren't getting credit. I don't know why, but you have to get credit and then they give you a code. But it's not that big a deal. Get your bag, whatever you got to do to get the code or get the discount on alpha. Do it. Pass an eval. Nice. Let's go, Christina. I've been enjoying your progress, seeing it. I've noticed your hard work for sure. Okay, so I'm looking to what do I want to do here? If we can dip down to this 15-minute BISI, maybe sweep this low. If that happens at the open, I'll probably try a buy, targeting the previous day high. Look for a sell up there, but a lot remains to be seen. So I'm gonna just take it slow here at the open. Unless we get that quick dip. I might try to slap it around a little bit here. We got NVIDIA earnings, right? Today, after the bell or something. Been seeing that floating around. Okay. So, if my memory serves me right, a lot of the NVIDIA earning days we chop around quite a bit. Okay. Something's cooking here. Yeah, then Asia usually makes that big move, right? Yeah. So we got to kind of keep that in the back of our minds today. Got to take all the pieces we can, kind of put it together here. Still looking for a dip down into here for a potential long, especially, it'd be great if they leave these wickless like this, they go straight down. It might get a little hot in the kitchen, okay, on this buy. Just going to warn you, but I'm going to see what we do here. Yeah, FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock as well. Something to also keep in your mind. Let's see what we get off the bat. I would like this. Again, they might push it low though. They might want to dip it real low as well. So, and then come back all the way up to previous day high. I'd like to see us hold up here, go to previous day high, then look for a sell. Yeah, midnight's way down there. So, that being said, I don't know. It's tough to say. If we start failing this area, closing below it, wicking below it's fine, but you start closing below it, it's probably going to go for midnight. But I'm going to treat it like it's going to hold for now. I think so. Shannon, I don't know. It's so hard with NVIDIA earnings, you know? I don't know. I think so. I'm going to lean towards that still right now. I'm going to treat price like that. for now. Yeah. Okay, they're kind of making this move. Let's see. Yeah, I am looking for a falls long after 9:30 with a, maybe into 11:15 though. I don't know. Let's see. I would like to say dip, rip, sell. That's my plan for now until proven otherwise, which they might prove me otherwise right off the bat, but let's see. Again, I'll probably try a turtle soup here. And I am going to say one more time, it might get might have some heat. All right, I'm going to get a little starter here. Again, I'm going to probably feel some heat. They might do an aggressive move down that gets wicked up again as well. Very, very possible. Maybe more of a, if you are at DL lines, maybe more of a wrist sink. Let's see what they do here. How aggressive is I going to get down here? 15-minute Bissy. All right. Going to take one there. Going to go break even. See if we come back below. Hit that New York Open rejection, so that was the target for one. They come back for the runner, then we just got to reevaluate. You got to be quick. Not sure if we're going to be able to hang on to this or not, but let's see. If so, we would definitely need a close over that New York Open level to start thinking we got the low. It would be kind of generous of them to let us hang on to this, honestly. Got that wickless swept and right into a 5-minute Sibby. 15-minute Sibby, New York Open. You can kind of trail here. I'm going to target that gap there. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take that. Nice trade right off the bat. That's all right, Billy. It's fine. This environment's a little nuts, man. So, no big deal. I think we might still reject here, but that's why that was my target. But if we close over, might push. I'm going to go for potentially previous day high here now. Would have had more cons. I was kind of expecting I was going to have to fight with it. I was going to maybe have to fight one entry here, maybe trim a little, hold maybe 5, take 2 off, hold 3. But that didn't really play out, so they gave me that instant pump. That was going to be my target for the instant pump, because then I was thinking maybe if we instant pump, we reject, come back down, and then make that move. So I don't know. If you hold some runners, though, you might be able to hang on for the highs. But even then, still offered a nice 60 points there. Still kind of rejecting. I'm not looking to short. I was only looking for that long right there, that dip. I think previous day high is the draw, short term. But, oh yeah, what's ES doing? What's the problem with ES? Why are we doing this? I didn't even notice. If I would have noticed that, I probably wouldn't have taken that. All right, sounds good. I'm going to have to wait now. This is one of those situations where if So if ES starts to catch a bid, this is definitely not, I'm definitely not going to be looking to short NQ yet. If ES catches a bid, NQ is going to rip pretty hard, straight to previous day high. So we may have caught that low there. If ES keeps selling, I'm going to have to be very patient and look for maybe a dip into here and buy up NQ again if we don't take previous day high and ES dips down there. But yeah, looking like previous day high is likely to draw. See what happens. Probably not going to re-long it again yet. I'm just going to wait. Although if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be a long right now. A little rejection. Interesting mark, yeah. 29,267 up there, huh? What's ES doing? I wonder if they're gonna do it where they start to take turns. I don't like when they do that. You guys in anything? You guys are a little quiet. What's going on with you guys? You got some longs? You guys held some longs? Talk to me. Chilling? Yeah, chilling's good. Hands off the mouse. Missed it? That's alright. No big deal. You got that long? 29,076. Nice. You're hanging on to it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind relonging it again if we get the opportunity. I'm a little bit... I don't like this area on ES. It might want to pull to, like I was saying. If we do pull to here on ES, I'm going to look to maybe try to catch a bid again on NQ. So this may have been a nice exit for us, depending on what happens here next. Yes. Nah, Brady, I said I wasn't interested this round because I got too much I'm focusing on, man. Oh, what a rejection. Good exit on the longs. Yeah. My hands are very, very full. You guys have no idea. But you know, I gotta keep everything that's most important in the front seat. NQ anxiety today. Nice pew pew. Yeah, I'm gonna be patient here. I don't know what I want to do yet. Great exit on the long. Still watching this area potentially for ES. Yeah, Brady, because it's just, you know, people scalping, full porting silver, you know, things like that. I mean, it's just not, it's not my thing, man. I'm not really worried about, I don't really think about it. He has left a wickless up there. I still like longs. Just want to see if ES wants a little bit more dip. Previous day EQ down here as well. interesting. I'm not going to participate in the short. Gonna let the short go for now. Yeah, just gonna stay patient here. I think ES still wants to dip a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. Tricky, because... TDO, yeah, maybe pew pew. I don't know. I just think they're gonna pin it for now. But I think maybe we might get this. We might get that for sure. I'm open to it. I don't like the way it feels for shorts, at least not yet. Might work though. Don't let me spook you out of a short if you're in it. But I don't like it. Tough long here though too to take again. ES might come sweep this wickless, push back down, go back up. Let's see. Man, what a move. Look at that. Came right back to that same spot. Took everybody out that caught that initial low. That's a bit of a puzzle. 15-minute held again. T's in the wickless. I think we're going to go higher. Let's see. Why didn't ES not dip down there, though? That's going to bother me a lot. I'm going to throw on one micro long. One micro. Huh. Right when I press it, they dump it. Going to kind of maybe fight with it back here again. This is going to be a little tricky. Because, again, ES might be going for this dump, and Q is going to be tough to handle. Bit of a chase as well. Might be worth waiting for maybe another entry lower. All depends on ES. Maybe down here, same spot, 15-minute busy. Again, the tough part is ES. Are we going to fail back down here and then go back up? That's the question, right? Also, they might wait until the 950 macro to make that move as well. So We'll see. Maybe another dip and rip. Because where we longed the first trade, they came back, swept those people out. So we had a really nice exit on those longs. So I'm assuming that taking those longs out again, make that move back towards previous day high. However, like I said, ES is a little bit sketchy. Kind of just fluttering around here. Trying to go, but we kind of keep rejecting this old high. See if we take this out. There we go. Nice pop. I'm going to go break even because I'm kind of a premium long here. And see if we can hang on to it for a nice push up to this liquidity up here. Maybe front run, hit the bodies. It's also manipulation level, so definitely a good break even in my opinion if you took that. DM me, Mango. I'll send you the link directly to the one I have. Come on, don't tease us here. Give us those bodies. Just our manipulation level, it is rejecting, so we might get taken out here if we don't get this instant push. But that's all right. We made money on the first long. We'll see if this one can give us a little extra money or not. If it fails here, it fails here, whatever. I'll just wait again. Yeah, another rejection. That manipulation level. Those levels are so good. Yeah, you might be able to hang on. I only took one because I was thinking I'd have to fight with it a little bit. And I also had profits from the first trade, so just kind of flowing here with price. Come on, pump. There it is. Beauty. Nice. All right. It's another 50 points, so up about 110 points. How's that, Ibra? I turned it up. That better? Good trades, guys. Great trades. Clean entries and exits there. So there's that previous day high. The draw was correct. That was a little tough to long, with ES not dipping into that gap. DM me again, Mango. Yeah, tag me. Dude, I get so many DMs. I really wish I could keep up with all of them. It's a public apology, honestly, that I can't keep up with all the DMs. I'm really sorry if I don't reply to you. I'm definitely not like, oh, I don't want to reply to this person. I don't ignore you. I just physically can't keep up. I would have to sit at my computer like all day, nonstop. But I still try. Yeah, Greg, that's a. But if I don't respond to your DM for quite a while, it may have just gotten buried. I just may have never even seen it. So just tag me again. You can always. You're not gonna bug me, right? You can tag me again. Yeah, Greg, that's a really good question about after making money, taking more trades again. So like after I made this money, am I worried about giving my profits back, taking another trade again? Well, no, I'm not. Does it happen? Sure. but I know long-term, bigger picture. Again, I'm not focused so much on what's going to happen on this trade or even this session or even this day. Okay. I'm focused on what's going to happen overall, bigger picture, long-term, right? My full calendar when I zoom out, not so much the profit from this trade. I'm not too attached to it. I'm not too attached to even any given day, right? Because if you're doing that, if you put too much attachment to your P&L on any particular trade or even any particular day, you're going to trade scared. You're going to trade out of fear. You're going to stay in retreat mode. And you're going to, like I always say, then you're playing to not lose instead of playing to win. There's a huge difference there. I also use the boxing analogy all the time. You're not punching at the bag. You're punching through the bag. There's a big difference in the intention of that punch. So when you're trading, don't be so zeroed in. Zoom out way more. And if you want to protect it more, you can also do something. There's a little trick I tell people all the time. No one listens to me, but if you, let's say you're up $500 on the day, okay, and you don't want to give your profits back, but you want to see if you can pad your profits more, right? Because most people stop trading in the green and keep trading in the red. They do the opposite of what you really should do. But if you want to keep trading in the green with less stress, take 1 micro, lose with 1 micro only, win with 2 micros or more only. That's your rule. That's all you got to do. Okay. Yeah, that could be a Q3 short. This is like a potential short I was talking about. But I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it right now. I don't like it. It might work. It's not for me right now. But yeah, if you just lose with 1 micro and every win you have has at least 2 micros, it doesn't have to be like a 100-point trade. It could just be like you have 1 micro, you add, and you take profit, 30, 40 points later because it hit a key level or something. You do that over and over again. Every time you lose, you're losing very, very small, not giving much back. And every time you win, you're winning at least double or more than what your loss typically is, right? You got to go break even when you add that 1 micro. You probably get 5, 6 break evens, 3 or 4 wins, 3 or 4 losses, something like that. And your P&L will be padded a little bit more than it was when you started. That's one way to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to take the short myself. I don't like it. It could work, but again, the way this structure is right now, it's going to have to wait. What do you mean lagging? What's lagging? Audio? It's good now. Robot voice? It's the iBuyPower PC, guys. Turned into JD 3000. Oh, that was a nice short. My bad, guys. I didn't even know that was happening. Yeah, Fib Daddy. Dude, this iBuyPower has been through everything with me. I'm hanging on to it until its bitter end. It's literally going to melt into the floor one day. But until that happens, I'm rolling with it. Just got to make sure I have backups all the time ready to go. Yeah, Nismo, it's been through it all, man. It's withstood every challenge it's been thrown at it. Well, do what I just said, Greg. Try that first. That's my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. It's my opinion. And you might be surprised by the results. I give this strategy to people all the time. I haven't really seen many people do it, but if you do it for a week. You got to do it right. You can't break the rules, but if you do it right, you'll make more money than you lose, most likely, if you have decent skills on the chart. Took you out break even. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Q3 inverse playing out. Unfortunately, it just wasn't one for me. I don't like the signature ES left. I think it might want to go back up. Could be wrong, but I'll be looking for maybe a short later on. Maybe higher. Don't really love the long yet either because we just exited the long at that previous day high. I don't know if I want to long it after sweeping previous day high with all these key levels below us either. Up here, kind of in premium. So it's just, I'm just going to chill right now, guys. Caught two nice trades, 110 points. All right, I'm just going to chill. Just wait. Pew pew. That's why. Why not long here? It could be a really nice long as well. Could be. All right. I think the draw's higher, so why not just slap it? Well, I don't feel like the probability. Even if I think the draw is higher, I don't like the probabilities of the entry very much. I don't feel like getting slapped around a little bit right here. So, because I could also see the short still work too. We got midnight below us, new day opening gap below us. EST's new day opening gap. We swept previous day high. We're kind of in premium. It just doesn't feel like a long that I would like to participate in. Because, like I said, the short could also play out. The one contract, two contract plan, yeah. It's typically for good if you want to keep trading when you're in the green. Because, like I was saying, mostly, pretty much 90% of people stop trading when they're small green. But if they're small red or medium red, they keep going, right? They keep trading. You want to kind of do the opposite if you can. Try to stop trading if you're small red. Try to keep trading if you're small medium green. How does that look? Well, like I said, if you want to do it without being, see, there's that short playing out now. I don't know what this thing wants to do. If you want to do that without so much fear, and you want to give back your profits, just start with 1 micro. Let's say you're up $1,000. Start with 1 micro. Every time you lose, you just take that loss with 1 micro. Every time you take a winning trade, you have to close that trade with 2 micros or more. That's your plan. So you do 1 ad. That's it. And you take it off at the target. You're done. It could just be 30 points. It could be 50 points. It doesn't need to be like an all-day hold. You can take this strategy and trade 8 times, 9 times. All right. 1 ad, you get a 30-point pop, take it off. Do it again. You get a lot of break evens, but who cares? You're already good. You're good on the day, right? You're not going to get too emotional with people get frustrated with break evens, but if you're already up and you were going to stop on the day anyway, break evens aren't going to, it's not going to matter, right? Who cares? It's a free attempt. Hey guys, can you be just 1 second? Just 1 second. I'm not going to take a trade here anyway. Just give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Looks like we're in the exact same spot. Those are a lot of interesting updates. I didn't see those yet. So we got 10 a.m. open. Manipulation level right back in that 15-minute where we longed a couple times. And then we got manipulation level back in new week opening gap. Price just kind of stuck consolidating here. Didn't really get any expansion either way. Go over one more time the one contract. Yeah, just lose with one micro, win with two or more. That's your plan. Every time you add, you go break even. Don't try to hold for big targets and stuff. It's just you take a trade. Maybe you have a 1 to 2. 1 to 2 R, or even 1.5 R. But if you just win with 2, lose with 1, and always take break even on the ad, you give yourself a chance to pad your profits with a very, very little risk. If you do that for an entire session, you might be surprised at the results. It's a good momentum builder. It's good to build that momentum, build some confidence too. Yeah, T, I know. I'm tempted to short too, man. I wanted it. I wanted another drive. That's the problem. Yeah, it's probably gonna work, but I don't like this 10 a.m. open like this either, though, for shorts. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I like that rejection, New York Open rejection, but if I short it here, the bottom might fall out, but I just can't see the short yet. If it sells, I'm just gonna let it go. The only way I wanted to short, this could be high of day, you never know, but the only way I wanted to short was another drive up into this area. Let's see. We are holding that. I can't do it. Nope. I'm gonna wait. It is NVIDIA earnings today too, so you might just see a lot of chop. That's why I was taking my low-hanging fruits here. I'm not trying to hold for an expansion, day. I'm not gonna be over greedy and snub my nose at 110 points, right? So I'm just gonna probably treat the whole day that way. Just if I can get 30 points here, 50 points there, 80 points there, I'd be happy. Yeah, FOMC minutes. Yeah, minutes today. Yeah, we do chop around with NVIDIA earnings a lot. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm content with the session so far. Nice, good day. Wataz, good stuff, man. Yeah, Mark, it very well could. I mean, we got really nice levels down here. Everything right here. We got new day opening gap, midnight, previous day EQ. We got ES inducing it, which probably means we're going to go back. So while I do like the short idea, I just don't like the short entry. That's the problem for me. I like the idea, don't like the entry. So we'll see. Nice, Rev. Yeah, good stuff. That's the point of the challenge. And you'd be surprised you keep following that R risk management protocol. You'd be surprised. You might start passing accounts just by the nature of how you manage that risk. The key is the leverage, guys. Like if you're doing the risk management protocol as well, like you don't want to oversize straight to 5 micros just because you can. Because in this environment right now, if you haven't noticed, if you take 5 micros, probably going to, if you don't have a sniper entry, the chances of you hitting your 15% DLL on a 50K account, for example, 25K account, you're cooked, right? You're just going to keep hitting DLL over and over again. You got to size way lower, okay? Would you be happy with almost $400 so far in the session trading low risk, light risk? That's what I'm up right now, almost $400. Just doing, I did 2 micros and 1 micro, okay? Yeah, Rev, that's a great way to look at it, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you follow the protocol and we can authenticate that through your data, use code VICTORY. Qualifying firms. Now, I can't do the RM protocol for all the firms because we are going to stay compliant with every firm individually. But, we do have other things coming as well to help benefit you guys. Of course, the journal that was just released, it's more than just another journal. Okay, I'm not just trying to pump another journal out to you guys. That's why it took so long for us to get this out, because I'm not just trying to pump another journal with a bunch of features that are slapped on it and just, oh, here's a cool journal. No, this journal that we're getting to you guys is a desk. That's why it's called myvictorydesk.com. Okay, it's starting as a journal, how it is right now. Okay, but there's other features in it already that help you track your prop expenses versus what you've put in, or sorry, what you put in versus your payouts. And you keep doing that, you can even use that as a ledger, and you could sort it by your different firms, right? So even if you don't even use the journal part of it, you don't want to upload your CSV, which is not hard, just upload at the end of the day or at the end of the week, whatever you want to do. But use it as a ledger to track your expenses and payouts, and you can sort it in the app right there in the journal by firm. You can see, okay, I'm doing my best trading, my best payouts are coming from TPT. My worst payouts, or sorry, my highest expenses are from Top Step or something. You can figure out, okay, I'm performing better with the TPT, so I'm going to double down on what's working, cut what's not, etc. Or you can see what your profit factor is. There's a lot of tools in that journal as well. Like you can set specific rules and then add all your data based on the rules that you set in there. Add all your CSV, go back through the calendar, and it will specifically tell you where you broke your rules, on what day, what trade. You can note it. You can, write in there what happened. You can really use this tool if you give yourself a year of data using the journal properly the way I built it. I mean, it's a weapon, man. Anthony, it depends. I'm cooking up some stuff, but I got to stay compliant. That's the thing, is I got to stay compliant. Yeah, we do have an FFF code. I mean, we would appreciate you using it. I can't make a personal recommendation because I don't have enough opinion on it, because I've never traded them. I know. Just because I have an affiliate code doesn't mean I'm going to push it. I need to actually have something to say about it, that I have some sort of experience, or any of our mods have experience with it. If myself or the other mods have an experience with a firm and we can recommend it to you, then go ahead. But if you're gonna purchase FFF, sure, use Victor to give you max discount. But I don't promote it until I have more data. Right now, my top firms, as always, how they've always been, TPT is my number one. Lucid's right up there with TPT. I'm starting to mess around with Tradeify more still. I trade a little Top Step. Anya, for example, she's been taking consistent payouts with Apex. She's been doing really good with Apex. And Tradeify. So these are kind of our top firms that we use. But the alpha premiums are pretty good. Yeah, alpha premiums are pretty good. Yeah, I'm not really into the gambling vibe. I'm not really into the gambling vibe. Yeah, right now it's CSV, but I know it's kind of a pain, but it's not that bad. You just, at the end of the day, just take your CSV report and add it to any missing days you have. So if you uploaded everything in the journal up into today, right? Let's say you uploaded it all the way into last night's data. At the end of the day today, just export your CSV performance from today and just throw it in the journal. Or you could just do it weekly, right? You can do every Friday after the close. And then you have all your data to look back on and analyze. It's a long-term play. You got to think about the journal's not, you want to think of it as a tool, a desk to use to your advantage over a long period of time and collect a lot of good information. Because like I said, if you go through that journal that I released, it's got a lot of stuff that can help you build, you become a weapon with it. Even just the expense tracking and stuff. Up 650 on a funder and just traded so dumb because you don't want to take a loss. Yeah. Nothing wrong with hitting DLL, man. Nothing wrong with hitting DLL. All right, short is starting to play out. Again, I couldn't take it. Now ES taps into this gap. I don't think I'm going to like the short as much either, because if ES catches a bid right at the gap, NQ might tease it. Yeah, Mark, keep us posted, man. Keep us posted. It's a good thing about the community is you guys we can all share data between each other of what we recommend and the experiences we have, right? Strength in numbers. Nice, Rome. Fighting driven Adam. That's my kind of style, bro. Nice con. Good short, bro. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it at all. I just don't have experience, I don't want to give opinions on anything I don't have experience with. It doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, good hold on the shorts. You guys took those shorts. Well done. Very, very good. I couldn't do it. Oh, energy drinks. We're cooking up a few different flavors. I'm multitasking many projects, like several big ones. So things are all kind of moving, not necessarily, they're actually moving kind of fast, to be honest, but relatively slow. So, everything will come out in due time. I got merch coming. I got Victory pull strings coming. Edge is coming. Edge is around the corner, which is my baby. And then, of course, more things within Victory unit itself. New roles coming. Things that we're going to allow you guys to benefit from. The new role, Victory Elite role that's coming, it's going to be based on, wow, look at that candle. It's going to be based on you managing risk or having success. Okay, either payouts or risk management or inviting people to the room. Okay, but more details on that later. Yeah, the merch, I'm porting a lot of my old designs over to Victory because I designed all those. All the merch were 2 a.m. designs by me. I'm going to be porting some of those designs, and I also have some new ones I'm making. And got to do some tests and stuff. I got to order some myself again and make sure, I'm going to make sure everything's rock solid before I release it, as always. I don't get enough sleep. You are correct about that. But that's going to change soon because I'm going to the East Coast. It's the West Coast that's been holding me back a little bit sometimes. So I got to work out, man. If I don't work out before the market, my mind is not right. So they came back on everybody trying to short. This is brutal. This is brutal here, guys. Still, this is what I'm saying. Just know if ES starts to catch a bid off the gap, this is exactly what I was just saying. ES induce the gap, come back, we tap the gap, and ES catches a bid. It's gonna launch NQ, right? See, these are puzzle pieces you have to put together. It doesn't mean I'm looking for the long or whatever. I'm observing what I think price is going to do. And if I get the signature, that keeps me out of shorting here, right? Doesn't mean the short was bad. It just means I'm not going to short it here because of what I think may happen here. That's why it's an art to use ES with the NASDAQ. You got the long? Nice, man. Nice long. Bless you. all the way back up to previous day high. Yeah, is that news? It's got to be news, right? That's a brutal move right there. You know how many people just got destroyed right here? Everyone's shorting here and then starting to fight this, not paying attention to ES. Oh, man. That's pain. Yep, it's news. Again, just because you didn't take a trade, you should be, these little signatures, these are things that you put in your brain and you add up over a long period of time. It doesn't mean you have to make money every trade. You can also save yourself the headache, right? Nothing wrong with catching 100 points, man. I don't know anything about that indicator. PP, I don't know what you're talking about. I have victory indicator, which is smooth as butter, crispy clean, load smooth, has everything you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and correct this for you, PPO. But yeah, it's in the go to the victory indicators channel. It's all good, man. Go in the victory indicators channel. It's in there. You just click that, add it to your charts. In fact, Anya taught me something. I didn't know I could do this. About script. Babe, is it this? Copy publication link? There you go. You can take my exact settings right there if you want. What's up, VIP restroom? Good morning, man. Nice, Rome. Yeah, no trades for me here, guys. I mean, obviously, there's no setup I like. Again, I'm up 110 points. Not going to try to do too much here unless something sets up I really like. I'm not really extremely confident on the draw at the moment because of what we're doing. And it is NVIDIA earnings as well, so you can't be too surprised. Look what we're building here. We're building the Freedent, right? Doing the Freedent. Broadening formation. $1,000 stop loss, not enough, Brady. I don't know, man. I don't know what you got cooking up in your kitchen right now. But maybe use it as a risk sync type account. Maybe use it as it takes the first entry. If you have an account that's like not super valuable to you, but somewhat valuable, maybe it's a funded account and you got a couple other funded accounts that are more valuable. Maybe slap your first entry on that account that's not super valuable. Like I was saying here, okay, on this long, let's say you had your rapid, right? And let's say you got some TPT statics, which are king of the kings, right? Take it on your rapid. Goes against you, but you still like the long until we lose this low. You take your TPT here. Maybe you get this move on TPT. Just static, right? And the rapid took a hit. Nice. Still up 18K. Yeah, that's not bad, man. Nice job, bro. Yeah, so there's nothing here for me. Nothing at all. I have no idea where the draw is at right now. I mean, ES hitting new day opening gap and this pump is, they trap people here pretty good. So I'm not sure they're going to come rescue everybody that started averaging down here, but you never know. Let's see. They also might trap people back at the highs again. Do the same thing. It's going to take a lot of patience. 1020. Now, if they can close over previous day high, this could get a little interesting. Like a 5-minute close, 15-minute close. That 10 a.m. candle, that hourly candle here, might be forming a nice wick. And go much higher. Yeah, I'm gonna slightly lean that the draw is up here, the 29,420 high. Does that mean we can't do this? No, it doesn't mean that. So, but I'm gonna assume that that's the high. So my plan is to look for longs on dips and let shorts go for now. That's my plan. If I'm gonna take more trades, until they prove to me, until we lose this area here again. If we lose this area again, I don't think it would be a trap. I think if we lose this area again, we probably will go here. So that's kind of my pivot now. Those people that are trapped. Yeah, these candles are no joke. These last few days, if you haven't noticed, volatility is pretty aggressive. Doesn't look like much, but yeah, when you measure a candle, this 1 minute candle is almost 100 points. What does that tell you? It tells you you need to drop your leverage, obviously. And it also tells you you need to be very careful about chasing price. Because you could be right on the draw on liquidity on days like this, but you chase price and you get a 60-point candle against you. You have to, what are you going to do with that? So you have to try to be very patient for the relative discount entry, either longs or shorts. Or just sit and just be patient and don't force it. Because you get caught chasing on days like today, you can 100% be right and get wrecked. Those smaller candle days, you can kind of get away with chasing because you can kind of fight with price at a key level. Days like this, you got to be extra patient. Okay, let's see if we come back here. Again, broadening formation. Let's see if they're going to keep that going. If they come back here and wick off this 953 New York Open, this could be a turtle soup. I'm just going to chill still, just wait. Yeah, shorting into the gap. Like I always say, one of my least favorite activities. All right, big area here. Let's see. 1024. If this was 1048, 1049, I'd probably try this soup here. See if they flip it. And they could keep this broadening formation going for a while. Take another low. Tough draw. I don't know, man. If I was going to long, it's probably be where it is. Man, don't love it, though. Activation fee for the 50K Apex. I know they extended their 90% off sale. Code Victory will get you that 90%. I think... Who knows the answer to that? I think there's two different ones, right? Is it still 69? Or is it 120? Is it 120 for the end of day and 69 for the intraday? I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it's the intraday. Which honestly, guys, the intraday, like, again, trailing's not that bad if you size right. Trailing only wrecks people that over leverage. Okay, if you over leverage, trailing will be an issue. If you keep your size in check and you trail your profits at key levels, it's really not that big a deal. It's when you over leverage, because if you over leverage and you have one candle against you, yeah, of course trailing is going to wreck you. 99? Okay, it's 99 and 129. Yeah, small size, scalping key levels. And yeah, it does stop trailing. Both TPT and Apex both stop trailing at static. So all you have to do is deal with it to static, and then you're good to go. And with TPT, like the power in that is you get to static, you can take payouts every day. It's unbeatable. You just have to put in the work ahead of time and just be. You need to make peace with it taking a little while to build up your. You can call it your little army of accounts, right? You gotta be okay with taking time to build up to the statics. Just because it's daily payouts doesn't mean you want to just leverage it right away to try to get it to static. You want to not do that, okay? Because that's how you get wrecked, and you got to wait, and you got to pass eval again. You got to go through the whole process. You're better off just taking it slow. Inevitably, probably will be faster than if you just try to full port it, okay? Yeah, exactly, Rome. You end up taking twice as long trying to rush it, ironically, than if you just went slow and controlled. Maybe it takes you 2 weeks. Who cares? 2 weeks is going to go by no matter what, right? Anyway, you might as well have something to reward yourself with after a couple weeks versus being the same spot you were 2 weeks ago because you keep trying to rush things. Yes, we're an affiliate, but I'm not going to say just gamble accounts, just see how many evals you can purchase. No, I want you guys to be successful. You use our code. That helps us obviously grow the room, do good things for you, work on projects for you, keep everything free as always, like I always will. With trading services, trading stuff, trading software is always going to be free, right? But use code Victory. It helps support our staff, helps support more people, helps support more features in the room, helps me be able to give back more to you guys, build more stuff, and add more to the elite role, which is coming as well, right? But again, the elite role is not off how many accounts you purchase. It's off how you how do you manage your risk, or get a payout, or invite people to the room. There's 3 ways to get that new role that's coming, and it all has to do with what I try to teach. Okay, things that will actually make you successful in this field. Because don't get the wrong idea. It's not, you can't get lucky in this field and expect to make it. You can't brute force your way through trading. It's not going to work. Yeah, not a lot to trade here for me either. I agree with you. There's not a lot here. I mean, we caught a couple nice trades, but since then, nothing's really, haven't loved anything enough. Like I said, this was probably, like I said, if I was going to take a long, that dip, turtle soup's probably good. I skipped it, but it is working out. Yeah, FibDaddy. So if you pass TPT, another really cool thing about TPT, this is why they're at the top, man. You buy TPT, you get, let's say you have 5 pros, right? And you pass more evals. They just sit there in the back for you. They don't rebuild. You don't get rebuild on them anymore. They're just chilling in the backlog. Yeah, Elite role's not out. Victory Elite role's not out yet, but it will be coming, and it will be very beneficial to hold this role. I will make it worth your while to hold this role. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. I'm not going to hold any special like classes or anything for that role. I'm going to always give out education for free, of course. But the role will unlock a lot of stuff for you that you can get. And it will be based on showing that you can manage risk. You can get the role, getting a payout on any account that you use code Victory. Okay, so if you use code Victory and you show that you follow risk management guarantee, pass or fail, doesn't matter. But you can show me that you followed the rules that I wrote out. You get the role. If you get a payout with any code Victory account, you get the role. Or if you have a log of 10 invites, you can get the role for that month. Okay, it's a monthly role. A payout, 10 invites, or managing risk. But if you try to invite bots and try to beat the system, that's not going to work. We have the ultimate bot killer, and Nox knows how to filter it all, so don't try any fast stuff. I'll share those perks soon, Tandy Man. All right, nice move. That long was good. That long was good. I just put payouts in the victory payouts channel. Victory payouts channel. As long as you use code victory on that account and you got a payout on it, then yeah, there's no, speaking of Nox. Nothing gets by Nox, man. Nothing gets by Nox. You guys don't understand the capabilities this man has. The reason why we have a room running how smooth we have it is because of Nox. The reason why we can offer free services and, you know, keep the swamp away, it's because of Nox. How do I use new week opening gap if it's already been hit tapped? I just use it the same, pew pew. It's a very important key level. Kind of like a pivot level. I would say I treat it as a pivot. Yeah, Nox can trade as well. Don't get it wrong. He also can trade. He's just in the background a lot. You know, I'm putting him to work every day, overloading him with do this, do that, do this, do that. Help me with this, help me with that. How do you handle TPT trailing drawdown? Like I said, you got to use small leverage. Okay, low leverage. Nice job, Ray. Great trading, bro. Proud of you, man. I've been really proud of you, Ray. You've came a long way in the last year. I've been seeing you trade. I can tell you that Ray's a good example of putting in the work. And again, not just not giving up. It's not about just not giving up. You can just keep doing the wrong stuff and not give up forever. And in trading, you can just continue to spin your wheels forever. It's not like some businesses you can not give up and you can brute force your way to success. You can't do that in trading. You got to not give up and then also learn from your mistakes and apply what you're learning from your mistakes and then not give up. Yep. So Ray's a great example of that. Risk management tool. So you can go to the risk management. There's a couple ways. Risk management protocol channel up in the near the top, or if you just click the journal, which is again the journal is 100% free. I can promise you the way our journal runs and some of the stuff we have in this journal is one of the best on the market, and it's just buttery smooth, buttery smooth. Everything in this journal, it's a desk. It's not just a journal. It's a desk. Okay. You can use to your benefit. You can even like share you can click a trade you took and then share your trade via a card. You can just click share and it makes a nice little card. And, you know, you can kind of show your stats. But again, the payout and expense tracker is worth its weight in gold as well, the way we have it. And you can actually set commissions really nice. Like even if you go to Trade Zella, you try to do it. It's so complicated and it's just overdone. Same with the expense tracking and, you know, ours runs crisp. And you can find in our journal, you can click an account and then go to the rules page and then activate the risk management protocol. You just click there's a big gold, shiny gold button and just click activate protocol on whatever account you have selected. And then you save it. And then you can go back to your dashboard on that account and you can see if you violated the protocol or if you set your own rules and you activate those rules, you go back to your dashboard, you can see, it'll flag the trades where you broke your rules and it'll tell you what rules you broke. It's good feedback. Can you send me a report from Rhythmic? If you're open to sharing one with me, I can try to get that. I would love to do that. Just make a ticket and then send me an example report directly from Rhythmic. Right now it's Tradeovate Performance Export or Ninja Performance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of chop it. I still think we're probably just going to chop our way up to that 420. But as far as trades go, I still just don't have anything here. Again, good session still, but a little bit on the hands here now. Yeah, you're not. That's the wrong. You have the wrong. You have the wrong sheet pulled, JP. It's not the right one. I've been a little busy, but I'm gonna make a tutorial exactly how to do it. Okay. Now just these T, just these. In fact, Tyrant, you have Ninja Trader. I don't. I only have Trade of 8. Tyrant, can you do us a big favor? Can you take a screenshot of like what performance report to pull for the journal at some point today? Because yours worked. You uploaded yours just fine, right? From Ninja. Because I don't have any Rhythmic accounts, any Ninja accounts, just Trade of 8. And so I'll just need somebody's Ninja. I'll have maybe Nox. You don't got any Rhythmic. Okay, that might be the problem. Okay. No API yet. No. You just upload the CSV. You can do it daily or you can do it at the end of the week. You know. I do mine at the end of the day. End of the trading day, I'll upload my, the accounts that I'm tracking in there. I don't have all my accounts there. I have a good handful that I track. Um, I'll upload them at the end of the day. Whatever, if I have the CSV file all the way up into today, then at the end of the day, I just pull a report for one performance report for today and just throw it in. Boom, done. You just click it and upload it. Done. All right, so we just lost this 1034, but still in the grindy uptrend. Let's see. Hit that hourly distribution to the tick. Quig, I don't know if you're in the chat or in the stream. Are you Quig? Are you here? Quig84. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I just got your ticket. You're asking about. So if you use code Victory at TPT, there's 50% off and no activation. When you pass, like let's say if you passed a TPT today, tomorrow you'll get your no activation credit. So it'll be a credit. So instead of clicking the credit card, like there's a credit card option, there's a wallet option, and then under that there will be a little box that says your credits. You'll have a credit. They give it to you the following day, the next morning. It'll be right there. So you select that credit, and then you don't have to pay any activation fee. Nice job, man. Good discipline. That's it. Good discipline. That'd be great, Maju, if you can help me with that. Yeah, because my live's on Trade of 8 as well. Everything's on Trade of 8. King, I like 3 typically. Sometimes 4, but it can get a little sweaty. Yeah, I'm the same. Death waits for no one. I'm bullish, but I don't like the entries still. Only entries I've liked are the ones I've taken. If I would have liked it, I would have taken it. I kind of like this one. I was talking about it, but I don't know. Just didn't really have the good vibe to it. So I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, we are still kind of doing broadening formation, but we are holding previous day high now. So every time we kind of come down, we're trying to bounce back off it, trying to reclaim. Might be able. This is still kind of a premium long though. I'm gonna see what the macro brings. 10:41. We got 9 more minutes to sit through. See what the macro does. The macro starts to sell, and we come back down here, and we show that we're holding, and we get a signature that looks good to me to long. I will look for that long right here. So the long I would take would be a macro push down. We sweep, and then there's some sort of hold here. I'm not gonna soup. It's not the day to soup, in my opinion here. So I would wait for that move down and see a hold, and then look to short here. So if this path plays out, I would be interested in this. This might do this. And then later on in the day, and we do this. That's really what I'm looking at here. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you got NVIDIA, so they'll probably do a lot of chop, especially in the PM. It's probably going to be pretty choppy. Maybe one big directional move at the very end, but probably that time between 1:40 and 3 o'clock might be really slow, really choppy. But who knows? I really don't like these NVIDIA earning days, to be honest with you. Never have. Yeah, 2 p.m. Yeah, I got the minutes. I'll probably give you a candle or two, and then a weird little move. Nothing crazy, but nothing fun either. So, yeah, before the split, it had a lot more leverage behind it. Yeah, the moves just aren't what they used to be in anything. News got patched, earnings has been patched typically most days. In 2021, the glory days of 2021, man, 2022. That's when you get the 300-point NFPs, or the 300-point CPIs, or earnings would just do an 800, 900-point move. Now it's pretty muted. There's so much. I think there's just so much hedged positions in the market that everything's just kind of fighting everything, and it's just really hard for these kind of moves to happen now until they start to snowball. You get a couple of them in Asia. Nowadays the theme is the big moves happen in Asia a lot of the time, and then New York kind of gets the leftovers. Sometimes we get some really good expansion in New York, but a lot of the sneaky moves are happening overnight. Globex, yeah. That's amazing, man, because I can't stand Globex, dude. I can't stand it. I despise the Globex. But some people love it. I stick with New York. I like New York a lot. Yeah, that's good. If you can, I mean, that's the thing though, right? You can build an edge around anything as long as you can manage your risk, right? If you can manage your risk, you can build an edge around Globex, Asia, London. It doesn't matter. One Tandy man, I have low patience. My patience just in general is not. I'm such I just like to go. My patience needs work sometimes. I'll be honest. It's one of my flaws. I can't even go to the grocery store. I have to use Instacart. If I go to the grocery store and I'm walking around the aisle, I'm thinking all the stuff I need to be doing. Or there's people in the aisle and they're looking at the lemons or something. I'm I need to get the avocados. They're right by the lemons and I can't. I just have to stand there. I don't like. I have bad patience. So Globex is not good for my personality. But New York is speedy, whipsaw, aggressive, right up my alley, man. All right, building some engineered liquidity here for the macro. Remember I was saying if we get that macro push below this, sweep all this during the macro, maybe hold here, get a signature, might look for a long, and then look for a short. Still planning on that. Well, that's why I'm working on it, Anthony. It's always work in progress, right? Doesn't mean it's easy. There's definitely a few times I wanted to click here, but it looks like I would have gotten break even on the ideas I had anyway. I mean, this soup would still be holding, but it probably would have taken off partials at the highs, holding a runner. Yeah, I can't do Costco. There's no way I can go to Costco. I'm cooked if I go to Costco. All right. Nice pew pew. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. Yeah, even the parking lot or like Trader Joe's parking lots, whatever it is about Trader Joe's parking lots. Like whoever designed the Trader Joe's parking lots, like they need to reevaluate their strategy. It's like every Trader Joe's, same story. All right, pushing through that liquidity. Let's see if we get this area. Yeah, exactly. All right, tempting short. Tempting short. Yes, kind of fluttering around. I think I'm going to stick with my thesis and skip the short, let it play out, and then maybe look for the long down here. That's all I got. Yeah, we got a 15-minute busy below us. Yep, untapped. So it's all kind of lining up a little bit here, right? New week opening gap, untapped 15-minute busy, macro about to start. I mean, if you short here, you probably, I mean, I would personally, like if you get a short from up here and we tap into this 15-minute busy into the macro, I'd probably go break even take partials. But, you know, I'm watching for that potential move down to take a long. I would really like it down here. Yeah, Deuce. We've seen it enough times, right? Still think the draw is the 420 area. And just a reminder, if you have not refreshed your journal, make sure you refresh the browser on the journal, okay? Because it's been updated. You won't get the updates unless you refresh the browser. All right, so still just going to chill here. I do still think macro could push us down. I just want to see 953 New York open area hold, 15-minute BISI, new week opening gap, hold, push up, look for a Q3 short for a retracement. It's all that's on my radar right now. Long here, short up here. Scalp, up high, scalp short for sure. Maybe back to previous day high if we get this push up here. Yeah, that typically happens because there's a lot less. You can trap. People can get trapped overnight, and that's kind of the goal, right? Trap money, generate liquidity, and then induce. So it makes a lot of sense why the overnight moves happen the way they do. Also, there's lower volume. It's much easier to move the market. So it's very easy to manipulate and trap and secure liquidity in the market. These big institutions. As long as you just got to always look to adapt because the market is always evolving and changing. Just like I was saying, like 2021 is not 2026, right? 2028 will probably not be 2026. Yeah, there's a nice graph of that. Yeah. And that's why you see these traps set in New York all the time. It's also a good reason to never fade. I don't like to fade Globex or Asia. If I'm trading Asia, Like I love to fade. I'll fade New York all day long. You know, I'll fade ranges, I'll fade candles, I'll fade pops, drops, dips, whatever. You know, with my confluence. But with Asia, I don't like to do that at all. I like to do the opposite. Asia, you try to stay with the trend as much as possible. All right, coming back up here for the macro now. So that's not what I was hoping. I was really wanting a long down here. It's gonna stay patient. They're gonna knife it back there. A 15-minute untapped is super suspicious here. Yeah, GRC. It's not super tradable right now, in my opinion. For me, anyway. Definitely would be more of a scalp type environment in these highs. Okay, if I'm long and up here, I'm definitely scalping. If I'm shorting, I'm not liking it. Okay. Again, no shorts. I'm just watching shorts play out, looking for longs. See if we get an SMT here. Now, the one short I will take is if we don't get back here like I was hoping, and we do just push straight up into this Q3 without going here. I will try this short right here. I'll give it a shot. And it won't be for a reversal. It'll just be for a move back to that area that's not getting repriced. Previous day high, wick through it, hold, and go back higher. All right. Still waiting here, guys. Just chilling. Yeah, you know, death waits for no one. I've noticed something about you, man. A lot of times you say stuff. You're thinking a lot of the same stuff. You must trade very similar to me. You have a similar vibe of how I look at the market a lot of times. All right, still holding this area. Yeah, every year counts, man. Just keep stacking the years, stacking the toolbox. Like I said, even if you don't take trades, there's value in seeing what's going on, right? And picking up patterns that are happening on what prices. Just like that, just like we were talking about here about why I said do not short here because if ES taps that gap, it's gonna explode, right? Look at this little tap, right? These are things you just pick up over time that you just got to pay attention to, that not necessarily you have to catch a trade. However, it keeps you out of the short, right? It saves you from the short here, people getting trapped and destroyed. It's also just as valuable to know this than to take the trade itself, right? These little signatures. I know, Fib Daddy, right? Yeah, totally random chance that happened at the news time, right? Crazy how it always all lines up, man. It's actually wild if you think about it. Really wild when you think deep about it. price not looking like it wants to retrace here. Just grind mode. It's going to stay patient. Yeah, new day gap, T. ES tapped. Nice, Ibra. Nice long. Yeah. Good stuff. $11 about to print. Slow grind, so not a lot to do with it here. Keep on waiting. Nice trade, Ibra. You might be able to get away with chasing longs, but you might have to sit through a little fake knife. That's the problem. Like this. Let's see. How many points? 85. ES previous day high. Look, coming for it. Yeah. Beautiful victory indicator right there. You don't even have to worry about marking it. It displays it for you automatically. Yeah, I'm thinking that 420 area is the draw. I've been kind of maintaining that idea for now. Again, I was hoping they'd run this out and give it another entry down here. Set one more trap. I might try to, if we get this push down here at this 11 o'clock hour, if it comes down to this 20 area, I might start throwing a little on. Maybe fight with it into this. Problem is it's steep to 953. Yes. Here we go. What do you got? Tough to chase. $29.4, probably. Well, we had yeah, that dip was it right there. That was a really nice trap. If I were to add to longs from lower, like let's say I had the long from here, I'm looking to add, I would need that dip. I would need some sort of knife to get bought up, show a nice signature hold, and then I would do the add. I wouldn't probably add here just because if you get caught in that, it takes you out. It brings your average up too much. I would need it to happen and then wait for it to hold, and then I would use the add. And if that doesn't happen, I would just hold the original long, just hold it. Good question, W. How many how many payouts have you taken total live? Or I mean, on that account. And it also depends on what your total payouts are. My recommendation is try to take your payouts all together. Fourth total, you're probably fine. But live isn't bad, man. That's if you can take all your accounts live at the same time, that's a nice setup because Lucid Live, just like TPT, you can do daily payouts. Lucid has a good live program. And if you make your drawdown in Lucid Live, you get a bonus. So if you make like let's say you have 150K that goes live, you make $4,500 in profits. Take your time, do it right, make $4,500. They'll give you $4,500 bonus. It's a really good program. But yeah, to take advantage of more accounts, I would wait. I would just to be on the safe side. I would build the other ones and try to take payouts all together. Because to go live, you need to have at least one payout per account. Any account that has at least one payout can go live. That's what I would do. Especially if you don't like need the money. If you don't need that payout, like it's probably worth it to try to take them all together. Right now, I'd probably trade the evals, Joe, if I were you. I'm watching for this potential dip here. It's a little bit high still for me, but let's see. Back to TMSO. Pretty tricky. Yeah, I'm looking at if they do another dip here, I might start throwing a little bit on. Yeah, it is hard to tell for me as well. Don't have super good read on this right now. Not as confident as I typically would be during this 11 o'clock hour. I love 11 o'clock hour. It's one of my favorites. But the signature is not setting up how I love it. The signature I really like is a nice dip into this 11 o'clock hour, 11:15 to a key level, push up to short it in this area, or just push up into this 11:15 hour to short it to a key level. Both at scalps, but nice moves usually offered there. Well, Vitality, you don't have to listen to me slurp coffee, my man. I'll mute my mic. But if I do slurp coffee, I'll make it sound good. All right, just waiting. Still don't like this. Ibra, I talk about it a little bit in my mentorship, but it's essentially just a component of quarterly theory. But I don't really use quarterly theory the way it was designed. I like components of it, just like I like DTT. But I don't use all of DTT. I use components of it. So I kind of blend everything together. So quarterly theory is just like every 90-minute cycle broken up into 4 quarters, which is pretty cool. It's pretty fascinating. I mean, if you look into it, but there's like an AMD of every 90-minute cycle. But what I found is it was making me overthink things too much. And then that's why over a long period of time, I started to see what was happening in this Q3 window with key levels, key times, and key signatures. That's where I built that Q3 model around TMSO and Q3. But yeah, essentially the 4 quarters, you look for AMD continuation or reversal, or reversal continuation, then AMD. But I don't really put too much weight on the quarters for quarterly theory. It makes me overthink things too much. I think there's a lot of value to a lot of different strategies. I don't have anything against all these different strategies. There's tons of value no matter how you trade. But if you try to add them all up together, just paralysis by analysis starts to happen, Just pick what you feel comfortable with, that fits your style. that you found some sort of way you can manage risk around. That's really all it is. That's what models are. They just give you criteria to manage risk and look for high probable movements in the market. Yeah, I mean that's common. That's common. Giving your profits back, doing stuff like that. Because, I mean, again, do what I told you. You can't trade scared. Okay, and if you got to have guardrails. Okay, so if you have that problem, like I said, you want a momentum builder model, and that's that model I was talking about earlier. That if you're up $500 on the day and you still want to keep trading, because I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think you need to be okay with like trade one micro. Okay, just take a loss on that micro and win with two or more. That's your model. Okay, because then if you take your losses, you're not really damaging your P&L too much with one micro. Okay, you're taking quick losses. But every time you take a win, you have double leverage. Okay, you took twice as much as the loss. Every time you add, you just go break even. If you get a bunch of break evens, who cares? You're already up on the day you were going to stop anyway. Right? Good question, Johnny boy. Because if you look around this space, man, everybody's the same. Okay. Um, I have a mission. Not my mission involves more than money. Okay, I'll say that. And don't get me wrong, I want to make money just as much as the next guy because money is important. It builds security, and you can help people. You can, it adds convenience. But you can't build your identity from money because if you build your identity from money, you lose your money, you lose your identity, right? Then who are you? Right? Money should be a byproduct of your mission. Your mission should produce a byproduct, and money is a byproduct. More money doesn't mean success. Okay, success is not an equal sign to money at all. At all. Just like if you win the lottery, you're not rich. Most people that win the lottery are broke in 6 months because they don't understand the concept of building $1 after the other, losing that dollar. What happened when I lost that dollar? I learned this. Now I can make $2, right? So don't put so much weight into just focusing so much on P&L as well when you're trading. Focus more on your process and let the process lead to the results. What error? Payment decline. Maybe your security code is wrong. Maybe I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I'm sure you're probably entering it right. Could be a security thing. Some cards, they might block it. You might have to call your bank, be like, hey, this isn't fraud. Let me purchase this. Still didn't get down there, man. It's just a really grindy, slow price. This is tough to really take anything with. Got those nice trades this AM and then haven't taken anything since. Just every single model I want is not showing up quite how I want it. Yeah, Billy. I mean, you would think so, right? You would think so. And I would hope so if you win that you hold on to it. But as long as you have a good foundation, then maybe you can. No, Cryptic. I just took these are the trades I took. I have my executions on here. I souped the 929 low into this 15-minute. Took it off into new week opening gap for about, it was like 60, 70 points. And then I took this dip back down, was willing to fight with it if it went against me a little bit, ended up just working, and took that up to previous day high. And that was it. Ever since then, I know I was maybe eyeing along here, didn't quite get there. Haven't really had any impulse to short at all. So not really looking for shorts. Not yet anyway. And then every long is just quite not getting down where I want it. So I'm just kind of chilling. Any other firm other than Lusa offers lifetime accounts? Good question. Didn't Tradeify switch to that too? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Tradeify also, you purchase an account. Yeah, there's no time limit. So Tradeify, Lucid, both work with Code Victory, both work with risk management protocol as well. So I think Apex switched it to where as well, like you don't get rebuild, but you still have a 30-day period, right? Yeah, about 10 years, Johnny. Actually going on 11 now. Um, and no, there's never been a market like the Trump market. No. Mm-mm. It was like this when he was president last time too, though. Maybe not as we still had crazy candles like this when he was president last time, but it wasn't. Now they're even a little bit more aggressive. I think again that's to do with all the hedging volatility and things. They're just candles teleport a little bit more now. It's $99 and 120 intraday versus end of day. Yeah, ODTE. Yeah, back in the day, ODTEs used to be just Monday, Wednesday, Friday on options. Then they changed it to daily. And ever since they changed it to daily, that's when I noticed that after they changed ODTE to daily, that's when TradingView candles started to print weird. TradingView candles in 2020, 2021 printed different than they print now. Like something happened, and they have like a little bit more of a clunky. I know there's like a refresh rate because like if you look at like TopStep-X, it kind of has a little bit different tick to it. But it used to deliver a little bit different. I mean, Trump market is more just like it's very headline driven, right? So you got at any given moment you can get 60, 70 point candle off a tweet or a headline, and then it gets walked back a lot, right? There's rumor headlines that move the market that aren't even true. I'm sure they're planted, but you just have to be on your toes. And they also offer really good turtle soups. A lot of these headline candles are just shakeouts. They're some of my favorite candles to soup, actually, if you can handle the heat. Yeah, individual tickers doing them. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised eventually it's just ODTE with everything, right? I can't wait for the futures market to like where you can start trading like Tesla and Nvidia and stuff with futures. That's going to be cool. I'll be messing with that in here for sure. Once we can start trading like Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, and stuff on futures contracts, that'll be fun. We'll do some NASDAQ. We'll flip around to some stocks. It'll be kind of interesting. Interesting to see how the leverage works and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Knox. Me too, man. Good times. Knox has been with me since the very beginning, by the way. The very beginning. I don't look at tick charts. No move down still to take this. May not get another trade, guys. It's still just, it's not worth it to me. There hasn't been a setup I've liked. I'm not gonna, like I said, not gonna snuff at 100, 110 points, 120 points that we caught. So I'm just gonna be patient, and if I get the trade I want, I get the trade I want. Look at this. This must be headlines. What I'm talking about. This is exactly what I was just talking about. Out of nowhere, right? You can get these moves. I'm telling you right now, this is a headline. Someone tell me what the headline is. 100 points straight up. This is not a day to mess around, man. We just got done talking about this. There's that 420 area coming. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably something with Iran or something. So draw on liquidity seems like it was correct, but again, I couldn't get my entry anywhere. Was happy with what I got. Oil's going down. There's the headline. Trump, U.S. in final stages of talks. There it is. So there's a live example of what we were just talking about. And then this can get walked back later. No way I'm shorting this here. Okay, I'm not going to do it. Maybe if they take this high, push up into here, I might be interested in this in a short up here. So a little bit slower second half of the session, guys. You know, got a little bit of action right at the bell, right into this Q3. A little action we got there. Caught some nice trades. Since then, it's been a little slow, but been nice hanging out with you guys and chatting with you. Unfortunately, just didn't get any other trades I really liked. I didn't want to force anything, especially as a streamer, guys. Like, it's hard to sit there, and I know people want trades, give me trades, you know. But, you know, it's also my job to try my best anyway to take as high probable trades that I can, because, you know, there's a lot of people in here kind of eyeing my ideas. So I sometimes have to be a little bit more patient, especially if I tell you guys use me as a risk sink and things like that. Like, I want to wait for the key level I'm trying to get in on. So, and otherwise, just try to walk through the market with you. If I'm not in a trade, I'll still try to read the market with you. You know, give you ideas. So, okay, so they just teased that high. Again, not a short I can take without that pop. I'm not going to get into that. Now, if we come back down here, I'm down for the long. Okay, if we come back down here and we sweep this area, this is that area I've been wanting to see. They sweep this down into 1150, maybe take that long. Tough to take the short here still, in my opinion, without taking this high. ES got the, what is this? 18th. Yeah, we do have an SMT with that high. So, might be good for the short. I mean, if we do take the short, it could be a bit of a headache. But we might be able to get it, hold it down there. Nice, Starkey. Good stuff, man. Let's see. Try and take the short here. Could get ran over as well. But that SMT might hold for that push down into this area we've been kind of wanting. Yeah, it is hard to short the good news, but I mean, could just be a liquidity grab here. Let's see. Very easy to get ran over too. Yes, right back to previous day high, trying to hold it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take this short. I want to take it, but if they would have swept this high, hit this area, 100% would take it. Let's see, it's 100 points back up. Tough market to take entries on here. This whole grind has been tough to enter on anything short or long. Tricky. A 15-minute needs to get repriced as well at some point. Yeah, Tyler, remember we were talking about that yesterday? Tuesday low week, probably in in the cards. But I don't know. Anything could happen with earnings and stuff too, with Nvidia. We do have some interesting areas still way below too. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this short. I don't like it. It's right at previous day high. I'll try it. I'm gonna throw one micro on here. I might fight with it a little bit. Not not in love with it. We'll see. We'll see how I want to approach it. Very easy for this to just keep running as well. See if they sweep this. ES rejects there or not. Give it a little time. Don't really love the entry a ton. Just thinking. ES is right at that previous day high as well. Keeps trying to hold it. Alright, sweeping that internal. Come on. Trying to hold that Bissy still. Come on. Should be getting the flush here. Maybe one more sweep here. Let's see. Yes, previous day high. Alright, I'm not liking this, guys. I'm going to just take it. Take a break even. I should see this flush. This doesn't flush right here. This is the time we should see this flush. 11:25, 11:30. Flush it. Buy it up at 11:50. Otherwise, I'll just take the BE. Yeah, 5-minute Bissy. Shorts are risky, man. I don't know. Have to wait. Probably gonna take me out, but whatever. Confidence level low on the short. Come on, give us that flush. See if we can take it back to that old high as a scalp. Tough to fight these PD rays here. Nah, I don't care about the commissions, right? I think the chances of this flushing now are, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it needs to happen now, or else this could just go right back up. You see that flush now. Come on, give us a little more, would you? Yes, it's pushing back to sweep that low. Come on. All right, it's getting a little iffy here. All right, I'm going to take it if we get one more push here. Again, I'm not too keen on the shorts a lot. Just see if we can get the scalp. There we go. Nice. Gives us about another 30 points. Pad the books. Again, I'm not bearish, okay? That's why I'm being very, like, kind of protective of the short here. I'm happy with it there. Kind of retesting that old high. You might get a further flush down back into this area. I mean, who knows? You could get it all the way back into here, but I'm just looking for a little move there, all right? Trying to pad the pocket a little bit. I'm still bullish right now. So if I'm still bullish, I'm just shorts or pocket patters. That's all they are. And then if we get this push all the way down into 1150, then I will look to, maybe flip it long again. So you might, if you took a couple cons, you took multiple cons, you can always hold a runner, try to hang on to it. We had a pretty good entry at this point, go break even. See what happens here. It was a Q3, but it wasn't a Q3 inverse short. It was just a short based off what I think is going to happen with the market. Just I was expecting this to fade back a little bit into 1150. Just this time window, I like to take this trade. But again, I'm bullish. So if I'm going to take shorts, they're just going to be, like I told you, just pocket patterns. I'm not trying to catch a bearish reversal or anything like that. I'm just looking for a scalp. Just based off what I think is going to happen in the time window. That's all it is. If they do flush it further, like I said, and they run all this liquidity out into 1150, you could see some speed. If you see some speed back to previous day high area, back to this untapped 15-minute BISI into 1150, I think this could offer a pretty good long back up to this induced high. But, time will tell. But not bad. Pretty chill session, guys. A little over $400, almost $500. Just taking it easy. Okay, so quick recap of the session, guys. 9:30 bell long. We scalped that up to. Again, we framed this with the 15-minute BISI, right? 15-minute BISI sweep turtle soup. Off the open, with the draw being higher in my opinion. So that's why we gave this long a shot. We took it up to the wickless and took it off at new week opening gap. Sat there and waited for another opportunity. Price came back. We still expected to push to previous day high. Took this dip. Okay, so we took this dip and I was saying, okay, I'm willing to fight with it if we go back into this 15-minute BISI. My thesis with this 15-minute BISI would keep holding until previous day high was hit. We took this dip. It just went right away for us. We took that up to right to previous day high, got out. Sat and waited, read the market, stayed out of the short based off the signatures we watched with the ES tapping new day opening gap at the same time, right? That was the reason to skip the short. We did miss the long there, unfortunately. However, it's all right. Again, saving money is also important. No entries here on this leg. This leg offered nothing I look for an entry. Skipped the entire thing. Kind of just chatted with you guys about a million things. And then just a quick little scalp pocket pattern short based off the time window. Okay, this Q3 time window, 11:15, 11:20. Looking for a quick little flush into a push back up. All right, that's all it really was. So I think if right now I'd still be leaning on watching shorts play out for the most part, or taking them as scalps and then looking for longs from lower if you get the flush lower, and then targeting that 420 area, maybe up into 460 area, who knows. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. What was wrong with that 114? What 114 wick? This right here. This 120. Oh, this right here. Oh yeah, that was the other long PP that I was saying I was interested in. There were a couple like with ES. I wasn't loving the candles. It was feeling a little bit heavy to me. But again, that's where I was saying if I'm gonna long, this is probably it, right? The 953 tap in sweeping the bottom of the gap. Just yeah. Claude told you to long it. Oh yeah, that's that model, right? Yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Um, but yeah, it worked out. Did work out at the end. But all right, guys, thanks for hanging out and trading with me today. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for trusting me. And hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Yeah, Anya will be on here a little bit.